what do we really need to become a fluent and successful language user, not just a learner? We need to speak, write, listen, read, and use new words in real-life situations. In today's video, I'll share the daily habits and secrets that helped me achieve full fluency in Spanish in just 7 months. Yes, guys, it is possible. In my opinion, the key to success is to fit your target language into your daily routine in the ways that you enjoy and that feel easy for you. Ready to dive in? Let's go with the habit number 1, which is actually connecting your habits. Connect language learning with your daily actions. It worked wonders for me. The habit connection is extremely useful for input. Input is everything that we put in our heads, listening, watching, consuming content in general. In reality, we can get pretty creative here. So let me give you some examples from my life, and then you're gonna think how you can connect your habits with language learning. What I do almost every day is I go for a walk and I listen to a podcast. And now I'm thinking about it, and it's actually like 3 in 1, because I go for a walk and it's really good for my health. I go for a walk and I practice my listening skills so I understand more and more, and at the same time I go for a walk and I listen to things that I like. You get my point? You need to connect it to something that you like. So don't just listen to a random podcast. Listen to something that's gonna be useful in your life. So for example, I'm really into psychology and traveling, but when I go for a walk, I usually listen to a podcast that's about psychology, something that's really about me, about my life. In this way, language learning feels really effortless. Another example from my life. I go to the gym and I walk on a treadmill, and at the same time I watch my favorite show on Netflix in English or in Spanish, which are the languages that I constantly want to improve. When I cook, I practice my pronunciation by using the shadowing technique. So I basically repeat what I hear after native speakers. This is how you practice your pronunciation, intonation, and rhythm. I am a digital nomad, guys, and I spent most of my life, I would say, in coffee shops, as you can see right now. So when I order my coffee or when I order lunch, it usually takes, 10 to 5 minutes for them to prepare my coffee or my lunch. So instead of grabbing my phone and scrolling on Instagram, I review the flashcards, or I actually use a language learning app to help me improve my skills. So instead of mindlessly scrolling on Instagram, I use this time well. A lot of people say, oh my god, I'm so busy, I don't have time for language learning. My friend, you have time. You just need to prioritize your time and use it well. Habit number 2. Here, Busuu comes into play. Busuu is an app that levels up your English, German, French, Spanish, Chinese, Korean, and many other languages. Busuu is a wonderful tool because it connects all of the necessary skills I mentioned earlier. Speaking, writing, listening, reading, and being able to use new words in real life. It doesn't matter if you are a beginner or advanced learner, Busuu got you covered because they offer interactive lessons for every level. A fun fact, guys, I started using Busuu when I was a teenager, and it helped me a ton with vocabulary in English. My favorite feature is the speaking practice, because you get to speak by engaging with the videos of real people, not robots.
Are you going on vacation this year?
Are you going on vacation this year? Great job! You could also say, are you taking a trip this year? As a language learner myself, I know how important and challenging it can be to understand people from different countries. Busuu gives you examples from people with various backgrounds, offering the perfect opportunity to improve your listening skills. I'm in South Korea right now, guys. When I order my coffee, then instead of saying thank you in English, I say 감사합니다, which is in Korean. And I learned all of these words with Busuu.
감사합니다.
감사합니다. And I can save this word for later. You can do the same with your target language, my friend, and you will see that the results will be out standing. You just have to stay consistent. Download Busuu for free and enjoy a 7-day free trial of their premium plan by using the link in the description of this video. Habit number 3. Google everything in your target language, not in your native language. As I mentioned earlier, I'm in South Korea right now, really out of my comfort zone, but there is some national holiday coming and everything is gonna be closed, and I just wanted to be informed. I really wanted to know what all of this is about. So I googled this information in English to practice my English constantly because there is always room for improvement. I could Google this information in Polish, in my native language, but instead I decided to do it in English. Or another example from my life. I'm looking for a therapist because in one of the podcasts, actually, I've heard about this therapy called EMDR, which is like trauma therapy. I wanted to discover this method, so instead of Googling the information in Polish, my native language, I did it in English. It's a really cool way to learn new things and at the same time make it useful because you need this information anyway. Habit number 4 reveals uncomfortable truth about me. I am a person who tends to get anxious easily. So here is what helps a lot. And no, guys, these are not bunnies. This is journaling. I'm in Asia and a lot of things are like kind of animated here. So I decided to buy this funny notebook to actually bring some humor to this practice and start writing, start journaling. My therapist recommended this practice quite a while ago, telling me to journal whenever something feels off. But I actually decided to take it to the next level and save some time by journaling in English, not in Polish. I started with my emotions and life in general, as my therapist recommended, but then I discovered that this is a powerful practice. You can write about anything in your target language, whether it's English, Spanish, German, or whatever other language, and you can write about your dreams, about your goals, about your emotions, about anything you want, and practice your target language. 2 in 1, time saver, game changer, awesome. So if you are not into journaling about your emotions, no worries, just grab your notebook or your cell phone and basically start writing about anything. Habit number 5, think in your target language and talk to yourself in your target language. What do I mean by that? There are a lot of thoughts in your head every single day. And most probably, these thoughts are in your native language. Totally normal. But now, I strongly suggest becoming mindful of these thoughts for, 5, 10, 20 minutes a day and think about your plans, about your goals, about anything you want in your target language. So instead of thinking what I'm gonna do next after recording this video in Polish, my native language, I do it in Spanish. Voy a beber mi café y después voy a ir a buscar otro café para editar este video y después voy a juntarme con mi novio y vamos a comer algo o vamos a descubrir cosas nuevas en Seúl porque es una ciudad muy chula, muy moderna, muy bonita y con muchas cosas para descubrir. Okay, so here is how I speak Spanish, by the way, and this is how I think and talk to myself out loud about my plans in Spanish. And this is a wonderful practice because you are independent, you don't need anyone to talk to. And at the same time, it helps you structure your thoughts. The same as writing. Of course, talking to real people is extremely important, but if you don't have a speaking partner all the time with you, you can actually talk to yourself and practice anyway. The last fun fact, when I was a teenager, I used to talk to myself a lot in English when I was alone because I was so afraid of speaking to people. I was so anxious about making mistakes and stuff. So I talked to myself a lot. Years later, I can see how this practice was useful. So guys, here we have it, 5 habits that helped me become fluent in 2 languages, English and Spanish. I believe these habits can work wonders for you if you apply them and you stay consistent. Don't forget to give Busuu a try in the link in the description box and enjoy a 7-day free premium trial. Let me know what you think about these habits in the comments. I love to chat with you guys, so please feel free to share your opinions. Hope to see you in the next video. Happy learning. Bye.